I took a lot of pictures. This is one of the pictures. And the reason why I took a lot of pictures is because I fell in love with nature in Lofoten, in Norway. And because of my love for the mountains, I wanted to paint landscapes. This is a canvas, and early this morning I was determined to make a landscape, but it's not very easy for me to do. I actually avoided painting because it was painful, because it's very difficult for me to understand what I'm doing. This is a painting that I did, and my view of the painting is changing all the time, depending on what I aim at. When I look at it, I easily get fascinated by it. But as I am fascinated by it, I also get drawn into the wrong direction. This painting is not it's not a painting of the whole picture I took. It's just a small part of the picture. And the reason why it turned out like that is because I'm not good enough. I couldn't handle the whole picture. I also tried to paint another painting and I failed. And this is the result. I just couldn't do it. It was too difficult. This is a small painting I did a couple of days ago. And it's not accurate, but I like it a little bit. This painting is I did yesterday, and I painted over something that I had started. And it's not very good either. This painting is a little different. It's it's not an expression of the mountain. It's more like an emotional state. This painting I like a little bit. I like the lines. This painting I could not finish the way I wanted to. So I finished it the way that I have finished abstract paintings before. I stopped looking at the at the photo, and I just paint, and I end up with something that doesn't look like the photo, but it's kind of working. This painting I like, even though it's not a representation of the photo. It's like a dream landscape, and when I painted it, I sort of focused on the dream landscape, and this question about focus is the main issue I have with painting. This painting is obviously not a landscape, and when I did it, it was not, I was not focusing on the landscape. I was more focusing on my own mind. And this is the problem. When I get emotional and I create strange characters in an abstract way, I am not focusing on myself or the process I'm going through. I'm focusing on the characters that I am creating. If I want to create a landscape, I have to focus on the landscape. So what happens is that in the landscape, characters are appearing. When I can't finish the landscape as a landscape, suddenly animals and strange creatures are popping up in the painting, and it's not because I'm doing the right thing. It's because my inability to focus on the landscape. I just don't see a landscape inside. This looks like a landscape painting, but to me it's not a success, because I could not finish this landscape looking at the mountain inside of me. I was finishing this painting standing close to the painting, and I was just messing with the shapes. Actually, in a similar way that I was messing with the shapes in this painting. In this painting, there are no characters popping up. It's just nonsense. In this painting, there are some strange characters popping up, and sometimes I use coal, and I go in and I mark with a piece of coal the characters that I see in what I have done. So this is what I'm faced with. I'm faced with my inability to see the landscape. This is a very strange picture, and the colors are very strange. I like it. I think that I have achieved something in this painting. But my goal is to paint this painting, paint a painting of this photo. And I'm afraid of doing it because it's so difficult and it's very painful. It's a painful process to go through to learn how to manage to make it into a painting. So why do I want to make landscape paintings? Why don't I just keep making things like this? Well, if you look at this painting, in this painting I can see why I should not be doing this. This painting is telling me to avoid doing that. And this small painting is telling me the direction that I have to walk in.